Hey everybody, welcome back to the 5-Minute Bible Hour. Now today we're going to dive into the gripping story from the book of Genesis, chapter 34. Now the story opens and it closes with an explosion of horrific violence, which throws out some serious implications about family and faith. We're going to explore what happens to Jacob's daughter Dinah and the shocking events that ensue after her encounter with Shechem, the son of Hamor, the ruler of the land that Jacob was planning to settle in. So let's set the scene. The story kicks off with Dinah, the only daughter of Jacob and Leah. She steps out one day to visit with some of the local women. You might not think much of this at first glance. She's just trying to socialize. But shortly after, we meet Shechem, the son of Hamor. He's the chieftain of the surrounding area. And when Shechem spots Dinah, he seizes her in a horrific turn of events, violently forcing himself upon her. He rapes her. It's a shocking opening that slaps you right in the face. It's interesting to note how Dinah is portrayed in the narrative. Although she's Jacob's only daughter, her birth almost feels like an afterthought in the grander scheme of things. Now, Leah had her when she was already well into that mix of all those children of Jacob's. And the Bible barely mentions Dinah's birth at all. It's like it wasn't such a big deal. Now back then, women had limited roles in society, and Dinah's story reflects this unfortunate reality. But don't mistake her lack of attention for insignificance. She's part of a much larger narrative that addresses the honor of the family and justice. Fast forward now to the aftermath of Dinah's assault. Shechem, the man who committed the crime, suddenly claims to be in love with Dinah. He goes to his father Hamor and tells him to get her for him. Now this turn of events adds a thick layer of complexity. How often do we hear of a perpetrator wanting to take control of the narrative? Trying to hide his despicable actions and clean up his image. Meanwhile, Jacob hears of what happened, and understandably, he reacts with fury. I'm reading now from Genesis 34, 6 through 7. Then Shechem's father Hamor went out to talk with Jacob. Meanwhile, Jacob's sons had come in from the fields. As soon as they heard what happened, they were shocked and they were furious because Shechem had done this outrageous thing in Israel by forcing himself on Jacob's daughter, a thing that should not be done. Now Jacob's sons Simon and Levi, well, sir, they decide to play along when Hamor comes to negotiate to require Dinah and make her Shechem's wife. The brothers make a deceptive proposal that they agree to intermarry with Hamor's family on one condition. Every male in the city must undergo circumcision. Well, Hamor and Shechem, they're desperate to make amends and to secure a marriage alliance with this strong and wealthy family. And they agree without hesitation. It's a tactic that was designed to buy time, but it shows how cunning and strategic they are in the face of injustice. Not the Lord's justice, mind you. This is about their revenge. They don't even pause to consider handing this over to God. Look, and in the entire chapter, God's name is never even mentioned. Now, just 3 days after the men of the city have undergone this rather painful procedure, and while they're still recovering, Dinah's brothers, Simon and Levi, they launch a surprise attack. They draw their swords into the city and they kill every single man, including Hamor and Shechem. But it doesn't stop there. Now read along in Genesis 34, 27 through 39. The sons of Jacob came upon the dead bodies of the looted in the city where their sister had been defiled. They seized their flocks, their herds, and their donkeys, and everything else of theirs in the city and out in the fields, and they carried off all their wealth and all their women and children, taking as plunder everything in the houses. It's a brutal act of vengeance, and it raises questions about the morality, the justice, family loyalty, and trusting in the Lord. Now Jacob, upon learning of this slaughter, he's horrified. He voices his concerns to Simon and Levi, explaining that their actions have made their family notorious among the surrounding nations. Now look to Genesis 34:31. Simeon and Levi, they stand their ground. They reply, "Should he have treated our sister like a prostitute?" emphasizing the importance of family honor in their eyes. Now, this tale has layers that resonate deeply, even today. Whether it's a commentary on gender dynamics, power struggles, or the quest for honor and justice, in a sense, it reflects our continued struggle with these same issues, even in modern society. The story of Dinah reminds us of the painful narratives women often faced historically, and it compels us to think critically about the choices we make when confronting injustice. Now, we can reflect on what this story means within the larger context of the Bible. Historically, it's not just about one family's dysfunction. It connects to the wider theme of humanity's search for reconciliation with God. Throughout the text, there's a clear indication that mankind is often separated from divine purpose, resulting in darkness, mistrust, and despair. The journey of seeking God spans centuries, showcasing humanity's struggle and our earnest endeavors to reconnect with our Creator. Ultimately, the heart of the biblical message is that the faith in Jesus Christ is what truly reconciles us with God. For those of us interested in spirituality, this means understanding that Jesus serves as a vital pathway to salvation and light amongst the darkness. So we conclude not just with the drama of Dinah's story, but with a reminder of the hope and the light that can emerge from the most challenging narratives. Hey, but what's your reaction to Dinah's story? Hey, and the response to the violence that she faced. Now, I've told you what I think, but I'm telling you, read this chapter yourself. Make your own conclusions. Hey, we'll see y'all next week.